Peace, 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 my fellow PFGs. What's good? It's your man 6'4", and we are back for another set of the vibes. You know, we're here to catch those good vibes, man, and we are here to talk about what's been going on in gaming. I mean, there's a lot of great things happening in gaming lately, right? Well, before I get into all of that, though, you know, we're going to cover the PS5. I was going to say PS5 Pro. Apparently that's going to be coming out. I don't know where that came from, but PS5, Xbox Series X, cloud, gaming, future, where the Nintendo Switch fits in all of this. You know, we're going to talk about our thoughts on which, you know, of the next generation consoles we're most excited about and whatnot. And you know, I got a lot of this stuff here I want to go ahead and cover. But again, before I get into that, I did want to apologize to all those who may have been looking forward to the multiplayer mayhem that was supposed to happen last Saturday. I wasn't able to do that because a friend of mine in the gaming community wanted to have me on one of their shows in anticipation of a game they've been waiting for. And so I decided to go ahead and do that. And it cut into the time I was supposed to be doing a multiplayer mayhem. And right after that, that was with Chase, you know. And then right after that, Brian had the Just Dance Black Lives Matter benefit go on right afterwards. So I'm like, no, I want to go ahead and get that life and support that, you know. So I went ahead and decided not to air the show then, but I'll definitely make it up to you guys. And then on Tuesday, I was going to air Slime Rancher gameplay, but I ended up not doing that due to a meeting that I was supposed to have set up, and it kind of cut into that whole time and kind of, you know, ruined my whole schedule for that day. So I didn't do that as well, but I will be making sure to do that the coming Tuesday. So again, I apologize. You know, as you guys all know, life happens and sometimes other things take priority, but still I want to let you guys know that I do care, and you know, I apologize. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, before I go ahead and get into the content at hand, let me also shout out who is here in the chat with me today. Looks like we got a couple folk in here right now hitting up the chat. So we got Glam in here claiming the first. Okay, that's what's up. Claiming that #1 spot. You dig? I see you, Glam. And then we got Deshaun in second place. That's what I'm talking about. What's good, Deshaun? How you doing, PFG? Glam letting everybody know what you're supposed to be doing and how we hitting it up, how we doing things. Appreciate that, Glam. Appreciate that. We got Chariot Man in the building. You know, what's good, PFG? I see you. I see you. You dig? Oh, okay. All right. You said something about Baldur's Gate 3 is airing now. Oh, well, hey, there it is. I'm gonna have to check it out after this. I'm gonna make this a 2-hour segment right now. This is gonna run too long today. I got a couple of things I need to do. One of those things in being beating The Last of Us 1, because you know, as we all know, The Last of Us 2 comes out tomorrow. So I've got it already installed and ready to go on the Pro, and I've got to get this other one done. You know. But anyway, let's talk about it, man. So as you know, we all saw the PS5 reveal, the game trailers and whatnot that they showed, and we saw the Xbox Series X and how that went. Now, for me personally, I'd have to say I was honestly more enticed and excited by the PS5, and how Sony showed the console, did the reveal. While I'm talking about this, I want you guys in the comment section to let me know what you were most excited for, the Xbox Series X or the PS5. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get into my thoughts on why I was more personally excited about the PS5 and how they presented it. So with the PS5, well, let me say this, with the Xbox Series X, they had you guessing as to what it could have possibly been, you know, as far as games, when they revealed it at the Game Awards. I don't know if you guys remember, but when they revealed it at the Game Awards, they showed all these, you know, concepts and ideas. The trailer wasn't of any game exactly until you got to like Halo, and it still wasn't exactly a game, but you could really identify, okay, that's Halo. And then well, it's Master Chief, so it has to be Halo, right? And then the soccer game, okay, maybe that's FIFA. And then you know, you had all these different games before that, and people were saying, what was it? They were thinking BioShock initially. You know, all this hype. It was like up and down and up and down, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's a console. There's not any particular game. It's a console. Okay, all right, cool. And then it was confusing because it was like, okay, Xbox Series X. So you're like, is this just an Xbox One redesign or what is this? You know? And it was like, oh, it is a new console. So it was kind of like a lot of up and downs during that presentation. And again, no real games shown. Just the idea or the concept of thinking of high-end games or whatever, you know. And then also afterward, they showed a little bit of the Hellblade teaser trailer, which was again more cinematics. So it was like, okay, that's cool, but still not like gameplay. And that was it for a while. And then we, you know, obviously we got the little drips and then a new Inside Xbox, whatever, which still showed games that were kind of, I don't want to say the games were bad, but it was mediocre as far as a next generation presentation, right? So you had all of that, and it was still kind of like, but with the PlayStation 5 reveal, it was game after game after game after game after game, and you could say that, okay, a lot of these didn't look next gen or whatever the case may be, but they were actually showing a lot of real gameplay, and they showed you games that were coming, you know. For me personally, with the added fact that I hadn't even played through the catalog of PS4 games, and there's a great looking console in my opinion. I'm gonna get into that later, but you know, and the promise of these future iterations of these games, or the sequels to these games are coming, and then other new games that, you know, I haven't even seen before, new IP, right? Got me excited because I'm seeing all these games and then the console presentation. So I'm already aware of what I'm looking at. It's a PS5 presentation, it's no surprise. But then I'm getting to see real gameplay. Then the console. Boom, I'm sold. You know, neither one of them showed us the price yet. So I was like, okay, well, this is the direction I'm leaning in, you know? And that's why, because you handed me a suite of titles that I can look at and kind of deal with, like, okay, I'll take that, I'll take this looks good. Whereas on the Xbox Series X, I'm still like, you know, what is there? You know, their flagship title hadn't even been shown yet. Apparently it's supposed to be shown here very soon, if not already. Halo, I'm talking about Halo Infinite. But anyway, that's why for me the PS5 has been more of an exciting presentation. But what's your opinion on that? Let's see what you guys talking about here. If anything, talking to me about it here.
I tried to.
Oh, yeah, what's going on with that? Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let's restart that real quick. I don't know what's going on with that. I saw that too. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
What the world?
Let me see. Let's see if that works.
I tried to.
If not, okay, let's see. Yeah, it's still doing it. Well, let me try to reset this real quick and see if give it enough time to cycle itself. It's weird. I don't know why it's doing that, y'all.
What the world?
I have no idea why it's doing that. That's upsetting. think somebody hacked me. Somebody sabotaging. Let me see if maybe I cut it real quick and then start it up again. Maybe that'll fix it. Because there's nothing I've changed. Okay. 1 second, you guys. Be right back. Alright, let's see if it changed anything. Okay. So it doesn't look like I got anything here. Just enjoying being a gamer. I heard that. Alright, so hit the chat and let me know if there's something happening here. Or if there's repeating. There you go. Or if it's repeating the chat here. Let me drop some to see if anything pops up here. Tripping, yo. That's tripping. It's crazy. Oh, well, it's not even showing up. There we go. I gotta let it show up. There we go. Okay, please do not repeat it. Oh my god. I have no idea what's going on with that, y'all. I have no idea. I don't know. It looks like we might have to go ahead and cut that for a second. Dang, that sucks. Oh man. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna have to cut it though. Damn. Okay. Just for now. Damn, I'll have to figure that one out. But anyway, that's what got me excited about the PS5 over the Xbox Series X. And I'm looking at getting that day one at this point. I'm going to trade this PS4 in and just, swap it out for a PS5 and continue on with the library of games that, I'm already excited about. But as far as the design is concerned, neither of them are actually bad design. But I honestly do think that the PS5 for me is a better design. I like it. It takes more risk. It's more provocative. It looks futuristic. It looks like Alienware. I like that alien futuristic look with your boxes. It's going to be a big ass tower, but that's okay because I do plan on having it upright. It just looks good, and I'm going to get the digital edition. I mean, it's the perfect design. I think that having a disc slot there is kind of looks like an afterthought, but I get it. People want to have their Blu-rays, and it is what it is. But as far as the Xbox is concerned, it looks conservative. It's not bad. It's just it doesn't really excite me in any way. Like, wow, look at that. It's just more like, okay, cool. Again, it's not the most important thing in the world, but it is something that as a an old school gamer, who's been playing on consoles for a long time, you look at, you get excited about. You dig? Torres, what's good, family? How you doing? Yeah, man, I would have my comments up here, but I had to go ahead and disable it because for some reason my comments are just repeating themselves. So just one comment, it'll just keep repeating. So I had to go ahead and cut that. And it's funny because I plan on making this a much shorter show today. And after seeing that, I'm definitely going to want to cut this soon because it's like, what the hell is going on there? But it is what it is. So yeah, again, to me that they took much more of a risk. They took a bigger chance, and I think personally it paid off for me. It makes me more excited about getting invested, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. I even like the two-tone as well. You know, like I said, it matches what I have here, the two-tone desktop, so it looks good. I think it's great. And as far as the prices are concerned, I would say that I think that they're going to stick around a $500 to $600 price tag. You know, I think that there's a potential for the PS5 with the discs, with the Blu-ray, to be $600. You know, and I think that the discless could be $500 to $400. You know, again, and that means that the disc or the Blu-ray drive one can be $5 to $6. You know, so yeah. So I would say, let's see. I would say the discless would be $400 to $450, actually, to be more realistic, and then the Blu-ray would be $500 to $600, depending. You know, that's what I would say. As far as the Xbox Series X, I think it's gonna be $400 to $500. You know, I believe that they have another version they hadn't shown. You know, and that would put them around the $400 to $500 mark. I think that Microsoft is much more willing to lose money on hardware sales. They've been doing this with the Surface line for years. For many Surface generations, they've been losing money on the products they sell. You know, because they just want to get out there and make the product. You know, I think they're going to do the same thing with the Xbox. I don't think that they have too much of a concern when it comes to that. Obviously, they look at making money on the back end with the subscription services, with people paying for microtransactions and, you know, doing all sorts of things of that nature. But Sony also, I believe, they need to ensure that they are ahead of the curve at all times as far as sales and making sure that their product is the most popular, because for Sony, they have definitely become more dependent on the PlayStation product to generate their main source of income. You know, both companies have multiple sources of income, but Sony has become more dependent on the PlayStation line. So I guess they can't really afford to lose as much money as Microsoft on each sale, but at the same time, I think that they're going to do more to cut into their profit margin with the initial sales. Again, in hopes for people being driven into purchasing the digital editions of their consoles, which again, I'm with the digital edition. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't use 4K Blu-ray at all. I don't need it. I don't have any discs in my house. Well, I have a couple of them, you know, but I don't really use them, you know. It's just, I don't need it, you know. I'm all digital pretty much already. So with that digital edition being sold and them pushing for it, they're gonna start widening their market in the digital space and eventually start making way more profit, you know, and depending less on the distributing of the hard copies, you know, printing, pressing, all that stuff. You know, like, there's just much more money to be made there. So I believe that they're looking at that as a business model to go forward in. You know, this is the first time in their history, you know, that they've been able to even make that kind of money. You know, all digital. Are you kidding me? They're they're pushing forward, but they still need to continue getting the sales from the customer base that's used to purchasing games as hard copies. You know, even if they don't even really care about it like that, you know, they're still gonna want to purchase the hard copies. You know, so that's what they're doing now, and I believe moving forward into the next generation. I know it's like we're not even in this one. How are you gonna talk about the next one? But in the next generation, I believe they're gonna pretty much go full force digital, because by then it'll be normalized. So this is kind of the test bed. Let's see here. Torres says everything is digital now. That's how tech is. Yeah, everything is digital. That's how tech is now. Yeah, it really is. And so, you know, we saw Microsoft at the end of the generation kind of play around with it, you know, with the SAT edition. but again, it was really sad because initially they tried to charge the same price. I'm not with that. I'm definitely not gonna do that. Like, you gotta, make it more appealing than that, buddy. And eventually they did, but it was just like, nah. You know what I'm saying? So with them coming out the gate like this, it definitely lets me know that, because a lot of people were asking, what were the plans? What were the plans that Sony had in terms of getting into the cloud gaming space? And this is gonna segue into my next topic, but what I think they're going to do, what I think they're doing right now, because they said it was unanswered. They didn't say anything. They didn't show anything. What are they doing in the cloud space? Well, showing us two SKUs again, the physical PlayStation 4 and the digital PlayStation, or physical PlayStation 5 and the digital PlayStation 5. That lets you know right there they're already moving in a direction toward the cloud. But this is the thing. If you've been listening to what a lot of people have a problem with when it comes to cloud gaming, it's the fact that they can't get a digital download. Digital download. I was going to say a physical download, but a digital download, which to them feels more physical, right? Because it's on their local hardware. So, this is what I have to say. With them cutting into their profits with these new consoles, they're betting on the new customer base and the pre-existing customer base, a majority of them to go ahead and swap over to all digital, because of the fact that they've already got the data on what people are doing with their physical edition PlayStations. Most people are already buying, enough people are already buying digitally. And a lot of them aren't even using their disk drives to watch movies. They can read that. They can catch the data, So they're like, yeah, there's enough for us to still bring out the physical copies or the physical editions, because we don't want to alienate our audience. Kind of like what Microsoft did with the Xbox One initial launch, like movies, TV, sports. Like people were like, whoa, what the hell? DRM right away. And it was like, everybody got shook. Even though they're doing it now, they should have kind of eased it on in. You don't come out of the gate just boom, So that's where they failed. Sony didn't want to do that. So they still make the physical. I'm getting somewhere with this. But out of the gate, they also bring the digital. It doesn't shake anything up. It keeps people happy, right? And it provides people like me the option to save a little money and get the one I prefer anyway. And it looks better in my opinion. Okay, with that said, moving into the next generation, once people have gotten comfortable and, the digital edition, which I believe the slim version of this is going to be in all digital. The redesign more than likely will also be in all digital, because they are not the redesign, but like the pro version, if they will more than likely be in all digital. Because the idea will be, well, we're saving money by cutting costs and not providing the disk drive or whatnot, and instead using that space and funds to add more power, whatever the case, right? So, again, once the audience is built up to a point to the PlayStation 6, there will be, and it may even show itself in this generation, there will be the cloud gaming right there. PlayStation 6 would be a cloud gaming platform. And how will this be? There's going to be the service, whether it be PS Now or whatever you want to call it, and all the games will be available day one on their platform, running at high resolution and all that stuff, right? With the added option to download to your native hardware, because they'll also provide a box. You see, so it's going to be an all-digital platform, and you have the box at home, and you have, with the box, the option to play through the stream, or you can download locally. Now, this isn't, with this kind of option, though, you're not going to get the kind of feature set that you will with a service like, I was going to say Steam, but a service like Stadia, where you have the Stream Connect and 1,000 players and all. You won't have those kind of features unless, again, they just do something crazy, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. But again, it'll still be a cloud streaming service. with the option to download. And I think that's where their main appeal is going to be. You know, they're still going to try to sell hardware. Hopefully the price will be extremely low, you know, compared to what it is now, what they'll be now. But that would be the thing that they're going for, and that would be their main draw. Is like, if you still want your games local on your hardware, you can use our service and stream wherever you want, whenever you want, with the added option to download, you know. Now that sounds like, okay, well, that's what Xbox is doing. Well, we're talking about a higher fidelity, more of a streamlined thing, you know what I mean? Where, again, it's an all-digital box. The games are in higher fidelity. It's not like an Xbox One S versus, you know, whatever potential Xbox you can get. It's going to be all pretty much on an equal playing field as far as the stream and then the native. Native, of course, being a bit more clean and crisp or whatever. But they're pretty much on par, put it that way. You dig? Torres, you said, so I believe PlayStation 5 will connect PS Now with PS5 new digital console. Well, I believe that they're working towards it. I don't think that they're there yet. I don't think they will be to that point until the following generation. I think right now it's like, let's try to get everybody on board with digital, you know, because we want to get rid of the disc. We want to try to get rid of all of that if possible. I mean, you know, Stadia is already here, so it's possible to do it. You know, they're not gone. They're just getting started, you know. I know a lot of people that are going to talk crap about it, but they're just getting started. So an all digital platform is definitely possible. They just got to get their feet, you know, firmly settled into the sand and, you know, kind of slowly ease everybody into it and, you know, keep building on PS Now. I think they're working with Microsoft and their Azure servers. So I think within the next generation, they'll have something well suited for what their plans are moving forward. But yeah, we may start seeing, you know, little incremental moves toward that outside of what we're already seeing, them coming up with a digital platform or a digital PS5. So eventually, I don't know if it'll be on this one. I don't know if you'll get games day and date on PS Now right now. No, I don't think that PS Now is even capable of that, you know, or it would even be capable within the next 5 years, you know. But anyway, I did want to get into well, let me go ahead and talk about what I think Microsoft would be doing as far as their option here. Well, let me do this. Since I've already started getting into the cloud space, I want to go ahead and talk about the cloud gaming, its current state and its future. And, you know, obviously the PS5 or PlayStation with PlayStation Now and, you know, them moving forward into the cloud space was already discussed. So let me go ahead and talk about what I think Microsoft is going to do with cloud gaming. Let me go ahead and answer this question first here. So as you say, well, yeah, I bought a digital copy from the PlayStation Store. That's what they're going to push. As for complete cloud, I think they need to figure out, or they need to figure that out since Stadia has a good way to stream. Yes, absolutely. They definitely need to, you know, spend more time with it. And, you know, I don't believe that even with Microsoft here, any of these companies are going to try to bring us something on the level of what Stadia is bringing, because I just don't see them being that capable, right? And they're still so entrenched in the hardware space, with their customer base expecting hardware from them, you know, that it can really push a lot of people away. You end up losing a huge chunk of the market, you know, if you decide to just go ahead and remove all your hardware. So they can't go completely streaming like Google has started off with, because Google had no identity in the gaming space prior, so there's no expectation, you know. So they come out with what they want to come out with, then they start building the expectation, you know, which is, you expect us to bring you the best cloud gaming service in the world, you know, and at this point, that's what they're doing. Sony and Microsoft can't just get off that easy and just be like, oh, we're all digital, and, you know, nah. So they're gonna have to figure out what their appeal is gonna be, what's gonna be their major draw once Google really starts getting crazy out here, starts getting really popular and well known and well built, in terms of the relationships in the industry and, developers understanding the hardware that is provided through the cloud service, and their marketing is out there, and it's just starting to hit 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million and just counting. Microsoft and Sony has to start, and it's a free service at that. Microsoft has to figure out when they're charging a premium price, and they expect to moving forward, because I think they still have another generation. I think Microsoft and Sony have another 5 years in them to really, get some cake out this right now with the current model that they're working on. But by next generation, they need to have a cloud service, a premium cloud service available with a strategy that can compete. When you expect, again, they're going to expect a premium price. They're going to expect a premium price. So what are you going to offer? And I think the best thing they can offer is say, well, with this box, this all digital box, you can download your games locally and play natively. But you'll be able to have quicker. You'll be able to have no install times, no patches, no loading, fast loading, all that stuff. No updates. Worry about no data being taken up on your local drive if you play on our cloud streaming service. So there's still that draw. I don't think they'll be able to even get away with having special features, because it would then make the local box just irrelevant. Or maybe they will. Maybe they'll do that and say, well, if you play on the cloud, you'll be able to have these amazing features. But if you don't, and you play locally, well, you won't be able to take advantage of them. I don't know. We'll see. Because then if they do that, I just thought about it, if they do that, then it could make the consumer say, well, hell, why do I want a box? You know what I mean? Why do I need that if I'm missing out on all these cool features? So that may be a strategy, again, moving forward. This is far ahead, to get people away from the boxes. I think that may be what they'll do to draw you in, say, hey, you can download the local game and play it natively with the option to stream without loading, all the stuff that you would suffer with the local game, you won't have to deal with. But also, if you decide to play on the stream, since you have the box, you decide to play on the stream, there's all these cool features playing on the stream. I don't know. We'll see. But I think, again, cloud gaming it's still 5 years out. Yeah, it is. As far as it building a presence that everyone it'll be synonymous with gaming, right? Like, it's just cloud gaming. It's just gaming at this point. I think it's going to take another 5 years. Because again, the Stadia being the top tier still has to get everything in place themselves. The technology is there. It works very well. There's not a question. But they still need to get their package, their business model, their marketing strategies, everything that they got in place, or want to get in place together, because right now it's just not there. It's going to take some time, because again, if they're coming into the game with a console, well, there's already several generations of business strategies and perception from the consumer to think, oh, new hardware, I'm gonna buy that. I trust the box in front of me. I'll give that a chance. Whereas this is it's not completely new. We've had streaming in the past, and I'll say this: it's not completely new, but with that said, there is a bad perception with streaming because of how it was in the past. It didn't work that well. Maybe some people, like literally some people, had a fast and smooth experience, but it definitely, I remember I played on live in the past, and it was bad. It was cool, but the ping was just really bad, and we had pretty decent internet at that time. What would have been considered decent, I can't remember it, but I remember it being pretty good, so there's already that perception, and the idea of people fighting for their rights to own their games and stuff like that. So it's a much more difficult space to get into, but they'll crack that code, no problem. G Millie, what's good, PFG? How you doing? He said, "Hey, sexy, did you talk about Cyberpunk already?" I hadn't. I will talk about Cyberpunk. Torres says, "Yeah, man, folks. I don't know. Can't let go of local hardware. It's tough. For me, easy to transition, not so much anyone else." Yeah, I mean, you gotta think, man. The thing is, this is how we've grown into gaming. You know, everything. You know, when it came to movies, music. You know, everything was a certain way, and we developed cultures around that, right? You know, like with the boom box. You know, and the tape deck. I mean, that was how. Well, I mean, you could still play the music, but it was kind of part of the culture, having the boom box with the tape, you pop in, you know what I'm saying, and you b-boying and stuff, and you take it to a spot and you ciphering, you know. There was a certain culture built around those things, mixtapes and stuff like that, you know. So when the tape was gone, it was like, damn, you know, what's next? What's the CD thing, you know? And then CDs, you know, you had the mixed CDs, and you know, everything that you was doing there, and then that changed, and you know, so now you can download your songs or just stream your songs. So there's no real reason to even buy a mixed CD from anybody, you know, because it's like, dude, I can just stream it. I don't need your mixed CD. Like it's not even worth it. So the cultures change, you know, you know, now let's imagine, it wouldn't happen. I don't think it would happen, but let's just imagine the streaming culture went away, you know, uploading your songs and streaming them. Look at that. There's a culture with the streaming now, which is like SoundCloud rappers, they have whatever, you know, SoundCloud artists. Imagine if that were gone now and it was something totally different. People would be upset, you know, like, oh, we had a culture around this, you know, we had a thing we were doing, you know, a resale value of consoles and, you know, designing, you know, the art for your consoles. Like, people, you know, there's a culture around it. So that's why I think it's hard for people to let go, because what are we gonna do instead? Like, what's gonna replace that? There's a void here now, you know. That's what I think. For the most part, it really is. People really don't mind. People do want convenience, but it's the fact that you're kind of stripping away certain cultural aspects of this hobby we enjoy, you know. Clocked it. What's good, fam? Clocked it says sometimes. Hold on, make sure I got that. Okay, yeah. All right. So sometimes it's not about the box. It's about how and where you build the expert of the game. Similar to watching a movie, perhaps. Some will say the best experience is the cinema experience. Yeah. Experience of the game. Yeah. I mean, you know, that for me would even go back again to the culture, because yeah, you can watch it on the big screen, you know, and it can look a certain way, right? But there was kind of a cultural aspect to that too. You know, you go there, you got your honey, you got your family, you know, you're enjoying the screams. There's a certain type of aspect to it that you can't get in home cinema, you know, and now with the streaming aspect, most people don't even go to the movies, right? They're still there, you know. I don't think that's ever gonna go away, but think about this though. What about the drive-ins? You know, you watch them, you pull up your car, and you drive in. Now those are gone. You pretty much don't see those anymore. Now, those were cool, right? But they're not as big as the big theaters, you know. But there was a culture surrounding that too, and so I think that's, again, for the most part, what people are kind of more upset about, you know, in terms of getting into a cloud space, because it's like you kind of remove all that. Like, I'll be honest, man, watching the PS5 again when it was launched, or the reveal was shown, it was exciting just to see new hardware, right? Just to see the design, what they did. It just took me back to the days of when the Dreamcast was shown. Like, yo, look at that box. Like, the design, I love it. You know, it's so creative, it's so interesting. The square shape, but it's not quite just square. It's actually got like a wave kind of going to it. And it's got this triangular direction going here with the circle and then a little square. Yo, that shit was lit. You know, I was like, yo, this is amazing. It just took me back to that. the Switch, you know, seeing how they just introduced it and all the things you can do with it, how slim and sleek it was, and it's exciting to see that stuff, you know. N64, best looking console in my opinion. Okay, well, between the N64 and Dreamcast, man, I ain't gonna lie, that Dreamcast though, just thinking back at it, that mug was hot. You know, the GameCube, like you made a cube box and then it had the handle on it. Those things are exciting. You know, the Xbox when it was actually an Xbox, you know, like exciting stuff, you know. And it just gets people talking and excited, you know. You don't get that anymore. So we have to kind of figure out a new way to I guess appreciate what we love in this space. But this is the thing. People I'm moving on from the cloud gaming future and onto more traditional gaming in terms of the Nintendo Switch, right? I want to talk about that for a second because let's see. Oh, we've already talked about that. With the Nintendo Switch, there's a lot of people that do believe Nintendo doesn't have a chance in this space. Now, all the technology aside, all the cool streaming tech, high-end 10 teraflops, 12, 20 teraflops, you know, all that stuff, you know. The one thing that counts the most, the one thing that matters the most, you know, 4K, 120 hertz, 8K, you know what I'm saying, 240 hertz, you're hearing all these numbers and things. Now, there's one thing that you cannot overlook in this, and that is the games. And, you know, if you look back at my, if you look back at my PlayStation 5 reveal live reaction, if you look at the end of it when we had a discussion in regards to what it's going to be, I may chop it and post it up, I don't know, but we talked about it afterwards, you know, what we were excited about and everything like that. There was something that really kind of just struck me. I'm like, yo, I can't have it, because I'm the type where if I see something that's not really, if it's not popping, in my opinion, it's not popping. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Even if I'm a fan of it, you know, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's trash. Or I don't like that. It needs to change. They can do better. But if there's something I don't like, but I see something that's good, I'm gonna say something about it, right? Or if I hear like a false narrative going, I don't give a damn where it is, where it's from. I'm gonna dead that. Now, there's one false narrative that I can't stick. I don't dig it. You know, when it comes to Nintendo, how people try to, and this is a loud minority, to be honest. People always try to downplay Nintendo because of the hardware specs and the game's visual presentation, you know, because they're not running at the highest pixel rate or whatever the hell, you know what I mean? You need great games, and Nintendo, if you look at like how things are going in gaming, Nintendo's one of the only companies that still goes left. Well, I mean, I guess they still go right where they were traditionally going, where everybody's kind of going left, really, you know, with games just looking more realistic and people tending to believe that the game is only good if it looks like a real person or whatever the case. Like, what? You know, or if it's only 4K or, you know, 200 frames, you know. No, man, there's core gameplay mechanics, there's innovation, there are art styles that are important. That, I mean, honestly, I get excited about realistic games. For instance, tomorrow I'm going to be streaming and playing the hell out of The Last of Us 2. I wasn't going to get a PS4, but I got a PS4, literally in the end of its life cycle for this one game. Realistic looking game. I think the gameplay looks great. The stealth mechanics, all that looks great. The storytelling's pretty awesome. But that said, all of these games that have been realistic storytelling and stuff up until this point have not made me move. That's like, okay, that's cool, but I'll get it next gen when the next one comes out. I'll just pick them up later, right? That's because for me, it's got to be great gameplay. And more than ever, we're starting to see the same old thing. And, you know, it's not necessarily bad, but it's not really evolving. And I think that's, again, why you see a lot of people who will say, well, this doesn't look next gen, this doesn't look next gen. The graphics look next gen, but I mean, not really. It looks like something I've already played. Well, yeah, because you're not demanding more, you know, in terms of actual game design, you know. And that's where a company like Nintendo shines. People talking about the Switch. I have the Switch right in front of me here. It's a secondary. It's a, you know, it kind of goes on the side of. No, bro, what are you talking about? It ain't no on the side. That is a main platform. You know, it's so weird because I look at all these games. You know, I got the PC that can play the games or whatever high end, and they look great. They look awesome, and I love it. You know, but I was just playing Wolfenstein. Was it the New Colossal? Yeah, New Colossal, right? Because I hadn't played it in a while. I've had it on my Switch for a long time. Let me look at this shit real quick. You don't turn on? Oh, wrong button. Yeah, the New Colossus. I knew I was saying that wrong. So the New Colossus, Wolfenstein 2, right? Bruh. I hadn't played it in a while. But I finally got everything hooked up on my computer. I got the HDMI switch and the god dang, what is that thing? Capture card in the PC and all that, so I can hook everything up to my PC. And so I can stream it with you guys. Because I've been wanting to stream more of my Nintendo Switch. You know, I got so many games on there. I'm going to share that, you know. So it's finally all hooked up. And, you know, PlayStation and all that other shit too. I'll share those too. Anyway, point is, I was playing that game last night. I was supposed to be playing The Last of Us because I got to complete that so I can be ready for the second one. But I ended up playing Wolfenstein: The New Colossus on the Switch last night because I had played Rocket League with my son. And so I was like, let me stay on the Switch. I hadn't played on my Switch for a while, you know. I've been playing Rocket League and Animal Crossing a bit more. And so I got on that game, man. And at first I was like, yeah, man, see this, I don't like this game. I don't know. Because I didn't really give it too much of a chance the first time I played it. Settled in. And I'm playing this on, my monitor is a 1440p monitor. The game looked crisp and it played great. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I'm sitting here actually freaking impressed. And I know the game runs at 30 frames per second on the Switch. I know that. And, you know, they've got a lot of motion blur in order to make up for that. They don't want those stuttering frames when you're moving around, which is helpful. It's hard to get used to at first, but I did. And I'm going to tell you, man, of course you're not getting all the high-end textures and all that stuff, but after playing for a while, the geometry is there. So that's what you end up realizing. It's like, yo, I was actually impressed again with my Switch. I was like, this is incredible. I'm like, this is running on a Switch. This is crazy. It looked great. It looked phenomenal. So I say all that to say, the Switch is going to do fine. They may have a refresh, you know, to have it scale itself better on different monitors, whatever the case. But this, and not even just that game. I guess I should stop there because that game looked fine. That looked great. I mean, when I got close, of course I can see whatever, but I'm sitting at a nice distance, you know, kind of like I would on the TV. I was relaxing or whatever. But I was also playing Animal Crossing on there, and that mug looked like it was native 1440p. I was like, yo, it was so sharp, you know, again, the art style. But the games, man, it's all about the type of games, and I kind of do see some of the same stuff. Nintendo's been one of the only companies that has continued to go their own direction and build and innovate in ways that we can't imagine. And that said too, when it comes to hardware, yeah, they may do a refresh to have an upscaler that helps, but also we have no idea what Nintendo. Let's be honest, we have no idea what Nintendo's going to do. I can guarantee you that. Well, I can't guarantee you, but I can pretty much guarantee you whatever Nintendo is going to do, it's going to be something that the other guys aren't going to be able to do. And whatever they do, people are going to want to follow. Like the competition is going to want to follow. You know, in some way or another, it's like, damn, we want to be able to do that. They couldn't do that with the Switch. That was the one thing that they knew the other competition couldn't do with the Switch. You'd have to have a cloud gaming service like Stadia in order to even compete in that space. You know, but again, they don't have the IP, and they never will have the IP. You know, they never will. So I don't know where I was kind of going with that. It's just the fact that it doesn't require, you know, again, I'm excited about all this new hardware and everything, but it doesn't require all that to make a great game. You know, it really just requires great game designers, you know, great artists, engineers and programmers, of course, some love, and at the core of it all, fun. It's got to be fun in there. You know what I'm saying? And they keep that alive, man. They keep that alive. And so I'm not really, out of all the companies, honestly, I'm really not concerned about Nintendo. You know, because I know we're going to this new cloud-based future. I'm not really concerned about where they're going, because they got the IP. They got the great IP, man. And I hope that we continue to see more innovation with these new games. I mean, you kind of saw it with the Ratchet and Clank thing. They showed like the fast SSD or whatever. That was cool. It's kind of a gimmick, I'll be honest, you know, but it looked cool. The game looked great. But hopefully we see more innovation. You know, I want to see something special. You know, that's what I continue to see with Nintendo and the Switch, which I've definitely been playing a lot more of lately. So, what else is there to be said? I did want to mention something else here, but let me see what you guys are saying here. Now I have access to the entire PS4 catalog. Nintendo takes one step forward and 3 steps backwards. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they take one step. I would say they take 3 steps forward and 1 step back. And that's in terms of their online. That's one thing I think they definitely need to improve on when we talk about Nintendo. I mean, their social aspect is I don't want to have to rely on a third-party software to connect to everyone, because not everybody that I connect with through the platform is going to have that. Or how am I even going to let them know, you know, like, hey, you're cool. We had a lot of fun playing with you. Let's meet each other on Discord or whatever the case. You know, no, I don't know. And please, for the love of God, make Splatoon 2 playable with friends on the same team at all times. Like, I want to be able to play with the same players on my team, and we can challenge other teams. Like, I cannot stand the fact that I have to do random gameplay sessions. Oh, that gets on my nerves. I love that game, but that gets on my damn nerves. But yeah, I think that's really all I gotta say. I didn't really want to spend too much time. So basically, to kind of wrap it up here, between the 2 next-gen consoles coming out right now, I'm definitely more excited about the PS5. It's just, you know, again, they've had the IP that I'm interested in between them. Sony's finally come up with an identity that they can own. You know, it's their identity. Okay. Because before, again, like with the PS1 and PS2, they were dependent on third parties. People think those are all PlayStation exclusives. No, it's just that Sony was willing to give them an open deal when Nintendo was like, yo, you got to do it this way, that way. They had like all these rules. So everybody just was like, okay, let's go over here. You know, but they weren't exclusive titles. They just happened to be on. That was the only other platform they can go to at the time, you know, really. Or, well, not the only they can go to, but the most lucrative one they can go to at that point, you know. So eventually, as the consoles kind of continued on, you start to see all these games that we thought were exclusive kind of drop off, and now they've got their own identity, you know. very cinematic, very Western, realistic, and things like that, which is cool with me. They have a few animated games. Like I was looking at a number of games I haven't picked up yet. I want to get Ico. I want to get Shadow of the Colossus. What else was it? Oh man. Oh my goodness. I had it on the PSP. I can't remember it. It's the one, Gravity Rush 2. I think it's Gravity Rush 2 on the PlayStation 4. I gotta get all those, the smaller titles. I've been wanting to play those for ages, so I gotta get all those games too. But anyway, they finally got their own identity that I can appreciate. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing there. I'll check out your exclusives. That's what I've come to expect from you guys. Okay, I can deal with that. I'm really curious as to what Microsoft is going to be doing here. It's kind of shaky. They're kind of like, we kind of want to do Nintendo stuff, but we kind of want to do PlayStation stuff, and we kind of want to get away from Xbox stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what they're going to be doing here, or what to expect from them. PS5 definitely more excited about. Cloud gaming, I think right now, again, Stadia is still the top dog in the game. I don't see Microsoft being able to compete on that level. Being able to market, yes, but being able to provide the same quality, no. I think they're going to focus mainly on this generation, on that being a mobile option, and package it into all their services. They're going to have like a multi-tiered service, Xbox service packages, and that's what their main drive is going to be, And for me personally, I'm not really digging that. I had the Game Pass. In fact, I need to make sure I cancel that motherfucker because it just doesn't do anything for me. And then it's like $15 a month. No, I'm good. Let's see. And so yeah, cloud gaming I think it's got a few years. Because the leader in the game is still setting the groundwork for what cloud gaming is going to be, and that's Google. They're setting the tone. Everybody's going to follow them. They have the best. They're going to wait on them. They're going to watch them move, and then move accordingly. Okay. Google's controlling the board in this space. When it comes to the consoles of the next generation, all digital consoles are going to be the primary focus for all the players moving forward. That's a reality. Even Nintendo, I think they're going to move a little slower because they do make a lot of guap on their hard copies. Nintendo's a very has a very collector-friendly consumer base. Everybody, they buy everything. I think Nintendo actually makes more money on their merch than they do on their games and hardware. If I'm not mistaken, they do. They make more money on their merchandise, clothes, backpacks, bracelets, jackets, hats, amiibos, toys, all that stuff. So, I don't know. They may be moving a little slower. Speaking of digital, Nintendo, have a goddamn decent return policy. What the hell? You expect them to buy digitally, but then you have no actual return policy, like no real return. Your return policy is there's no returns. Give us 2 hours of gameplay, 14 days of return option. Come on now, be real here. Be real. So I don't know. Maybe they'd be slower at doing it again because they do make a lot of money on the physical sales, and then tomorrow real money that they keep their games $60 for 3 generations straight. The console's been dead and gone for 3 generations. The game is $80 now. So anyway, that's what I think. The main consoles, or not the main, but the 2 hardcore, high-end graphic consoles, digital focus. And yeah, again, Nintendo, I think they're just going to continue to focus on, innovating. They gotta see where the competition isn't going and exploit that. Because again, the Switch is unchallenged. Well, I guess Stadia is the challenge, and maybe you know, these other cloud services when you can play on the phone. Maybe they'll be challenging them in a way, but not right now. You know, it'll be a while. Not right now. And again, they have the IP. So whatever they're going to do, it'll be something that the competition just they can't do. And hopefully it's a hit, because sometimes they have missed, you know. But hopefully it's a hit. We'll see. And that's it. So we saw that Cyberpunk 2020.
Am I everything?
2020. Cyberpunk 2020, yeah. Cyberpunk 2020, let's hope it's still 2020. But Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed again for November 19th, right? November 19th. Instead of the 17th of September. Now, it happens, man. If your game isn't ready, delay it. Just delay it. Don't drop something that's not popping, like that's not solid, that you aren't really proud of because you're trying to hurry up and get a buck. Delay that, man. Delay that. You know. So there's no problem for me when it comes to a delay. I don't have a problem at all. Too many times we see games come out and it's still in beta, essentially. You know what I mean? And we're paying full price for a beta. Like, come on, man. You know. So I applaud them for that. I salute them for that. For being even willing to take the bashing. Some people are gonna bash them for that. You know. But of course, the bigger question for me as a Stadia player would be, or not even, the big question for me as a Stadia player, not the bigger question, because it was never a question. The big question for me as a Stadia player is whether or not this game is now going to launch simultaneously on all platforms for Stadia. Now, if it does, which, I mean, damn, November. When was the Stadia version going to come out if it doesn't come out in November? Like, when the hell? You said it was coming out this year. So if it don't come out in November, December? Like, really? It should come out in November. So hopefully this does mean that Cyberpunk 2077 will launch day and date on all platforms. You know, I just see that being what's gonna happen, and that'd be a good thing. It'd be a good thing for the company. It'd be a good thing for Google Stadia. And it'd be a good thing for the fans. You know, we can all play day and date together and enjoy the conversation, you know, together. You dig? So if it does come day and date to Stadia, that'd be great for me, because again, it's just less strain on anything that I have. You know, I just buy it and play it. Don't have to worry about any installs or requirements and settings or anything like that. Just boom, play. You know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. It's not too much for me to have to say. I'm not gonna go crazy. It's not coming. No, there's nothing wrong with that. If they gotta delay it, good. It's not good or bad for anybody. It's just good for the game to come out when it's ready. That's it. That's all I have. And hopefully again, that means a simultaneous drop across all platforms. That's all I have to say about that. But anyway, let's see. Clock that says, I don't like the identity, but you're right. Sony have gotten closer now to the types of games they want to make. Yeah. I got you. I feel you in not liking the identity, and I can feel why you would say that, Clocked It, because this is the thing. Sony kind of boxed himself in when they did two great things. Well, two awesome things. It's crazy because they were like, oh, right, Nintendo, you motherfuckers. Y'all gonna not let us put our name all over the damn thing and give us 80% of the cuts on this new Nintendo PlayStation? Well, fuck it then. Y'all don't want to go with the deal? And you want to back out on us? We be out here looking stupid? Alright, cool. We gonna make our own goddamn PlayStation because you ain't copyright the name. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, we done. We gonna do it. And that was great because it created competition. Good competition, right? And it helped propel gaming to a new height because Sony's a big brand, much bigger brand than Nintendo in terms of, like, you know, mind share, right? Outside of gaming. So that was great, you know. But what happened is there was an expectation from Sony once they took all the games that would normally be on a Nintendo platform, all the traditional Japanese games, you know, the games that we grew up to love, they're no longer on the Nintendo platform in the capacity they were. Now they're on your platform. Now you've just built your identity around what Nintendo would normally be doing, you know? And you're not really producing your own games to that degree. You know what I mean? You're kind of in there doing a little something here and there, but really you're like super like, shit, yeah, how about that? You know what I'm saying? All your homies is over here eating. But then eventually more competition came in, you know. Nintendo opened up a bit. Other companies were making better deals, you know. They're spreading around the pie, you know. Like, hey, man, well, let me give you a little bit over here, Sega, or Microsoft. You kind of looking at it. We'll do a little something over there. Well, we don't really want to do exclusive with you no more because we don't want people thinking that we're exclusive to you. I see how you trying to play. You trying to make everybody believe that we like really tight like that. We're not really that tight, you know what I'm saying? We're not really that tight. You just paid us a grip of bread. So, nah. I'm going to go over here, too. We're going to do a little something over here, a little something over there. You know, but if you pay us that bread, then we'll do a little something exclusive-ish with you. But again, as the generations went on, they fell off. And Sony really didn't have that kind of identity in the first place. The JRPGs, you know, the action RPGs, you know, just the fighting game. Well, they had the fighting games still stick with them. But you know what I'm saying? That ultra Japanese gaming was not really what Sony was really going for. They're definitely more Western minded, you know, and it is what it is. But it sucks because a lot of people that were on the PlayStation in the earlier generations are kind of being left. It's kind of like Sony is doing what Microsoft is doing to the Xbox fan base, basically. You know, they're kind of like really creating their own identity when they were kind of riding a wave earlier of past identity that someone else had, you know. And it is what it is. But again, with the Nintendo Switch, you get that kind of stuff. You get what we love from the games of old. You know, that kind of the old school classic style games, the Japanese games, the innovative games, the fun, colorful, artistic, vibrant games. You know what I mean? You get that. You know, the local multiplayer games, you know, stuff like that. Nintendo still keeps that alive because that's what Nintendo was about. From the jump, it was always theirs. It's what they were doing. You know, it's just that Sony came in there and was like, all right, motherfucker, we just gonna steal your bag and run off with the motherfucker for a while until we realized like this ain't really our style. But we took all your money for a while, you know what I'm saying? We fucked you up pretty good, didn't we? How about that? Teach you to fuck with us again. And now they got this new asshole Microsoft over here they gotta deal with. But anyway, so yeah, I feel you not liking the identity. I totally get it. As long as, again, there's a Nintendo around, I don't really have a problem with Sony doing their thing. It didn't draw me in right away, like I said. But it's not bad. If that's what you're gonna do, fine. I'll deal with that. I can handle that. Because I'm getting all my other stuff over here with Nintendo. My main is Nintendo. I love it. You know. And then when it comes to the future of how I would like to enjoy gaming, you know, Stadia. You know, they just gotta build their identity. What are you going to bring to the table in terms of your exclusives? What are you going to bring to the table in terms of exclusive features and, you know, that identity? What is it going to be? You know, they're here carving it out. So I expect over the next 10 years, Stadia is going to really solidify its identity and what they're really going after. It's going to take a while because you're going to have to do a little bit of experimentation, you know. But yeah, you know, I'm glad Nintendo still exists. And motherfuckers trying to shit on them and trying to put them down, man. You cannot understate how important and valuable they are to the gaming industry. If I'm telling you, like, if it wasn't for these guys, man, it would have went under again. I'm talking about right now, today, the gaming industry would have went under. Straight up. Because there would be no other one to turn to and say, well, they're not doing it. And they're doing an incredible job. You know, like, if the Switch wasn't around, dude, all the stuff that's happened this last generation, all the microtransactions nonsense, all of the beta, $60 betas, and half-baked games and rehashes and licensed cash grabs, and just the whole game is in the DLC, 3 DLC packages. You only getting 25% of the game at full purchase. Like, what the hell is going on? It's crazy madness. Gaming industry down the toilet. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I ain't just gonna put it all on them alone, but major player in it. When you look at this system and how it's continued to break records, outsold one of the main competitors in the gaming industry, gaming space, Xbox, just straight blew past them. Broke PlayStation records, outsold the Nintendo Wii and Wii U, blew that out of the water. All the games that were of value on the previous platform set on there blew up. They're breaking records in terms of only counting hard copy sales, beating out third-party multi-platform games. I mean, that says a lot, and that says a lot to the people who are here publishing and designing games. Like, yo, nobody's ignoring that. The fanboy may try to ignore that, because it doesn't benefit them, but the actual industry, people who are involved in making the money and making the games, yeah, they're like, yo, that's not a good look. They're one of the biggest publishers out here and developers out here. We don't want to go down looking real bad when we're put next to them. And then you have even EA, getting slammed horribly. Speaking of which, didn't they have like a Star Wars Squadron game coming out in like September or something like that? The trailer looked good, but they didn't show any gameplay. And what the hell was the pre-order for? Like, how you expect me to pre-order something and you hadn't even shown me the game? You just now revealed it to me. The pre-order's now. Like, what? You should be saying gameplay demo now. That would be more like it. Like, that's the kind of shit I don't like, man. Come on now. Come on. Especially when your last game, you just damn near destroyed. Come on. You gotta do better. Your reputation, bro. So the trailer looked good, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. It will come out in 2077. G really talking about Cyberpunk. Yeah, So hopefully it does come out with, on Stadia with everything else day and date. If not, then again, I'll just default to PC, get it on PC, and then when it does, I don't know if I'll get a day and date on Stadia. When it does launch, or I don't think I'll get it on launch when it launches on Stadia, because I think it'll come out. If it doesn't come out day and date with everything else, then it'll probably come out a couple of weeks later. I'm not waiting. I'm getting a day and date. I want a day and date. So hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. That's all I gotta say about all this. I know I've been running my mouth here, but let me know if you have any topics that you want to cover. I think there was something else I did want to mention, though. Let me make sure I got it out here. Yeah, let me know if there's anything that you wanted to cover specifically. Wow. It always, I'm on Twitter right now, it always trips me out when I see responses to like old tweets. It's like, damn, like people were looking at that? That's so weird. Let's see here. Cool. Stadia Connect predictions. This is July. So, Isn't Microsoft supposed to be having a new reveal event soon? The reason why I'm asking about that is because I'm trying to determine when Google is going to want to have their Connect. I guess they'll do it they could do it by the end of this month or at the top of August, right? Yeah, they might do it at the top of August because we'll have new pro games, and they'll probably want to go ahead and do a few shadow drops and everything like that, right? What I predict that Google is going to do with the Stadia Connect, a couple of things I would imagine they're going to do is, I said this before too, that it's potential, and I've got this. I had to credit my man Bippity Bop for this one. And it's actually ain't even my prediction. I can't even do that because he did. We kind of asked a question, but I'll go ahead and make it a prediction. I'm gonna give him credit for that as well. Activision is gonna show up big. We've talked about this before, but Call of Duty may be showing up there because it hadn't shown up at Xbox's games. Was it Inside Xbox? It hadn't shown up there. Big company. Hadn't shown up at the PlayStation 5 games reveal. The third parties have shown up there. They've shown up. Activision wasn't there. Maybe they're going to decide to show up with Stadia because, and that whole them not showing up on Xbox event, PlayStation event, so they could possibly be showing up or holding their cards for the Connect was what Bippity Bob had mentioned. He had mentioned that during the PS5 reveal. Afterward, we were talking, and he had mentioned that. I was like, that's a good idea. That's a good, something to consider. But also, something else to consider in regards to that being a possibility. Google had just recently done a streaming deal for the esports, I believe, having their games streamed exclusively, or their esports games, streamed exclusively through YouTube. Now, of course, that's a separate company, but obviously Google Stadia and Google's YouTube are, kind of hand in hand in terms of the streaming technology. They want those two to work together. They want them to converge. They've been mentioned in the same conversation when talking about Stadia and its future. It's something that they look to integrate to the 10th power. So I couldn't imagine that not one person that represents a team at Stadia wasn't in that office when that discussion was being had, when that business conversation was being had, when that deal was being set, that it hadn't been slid across the table like, hey, we do have this streaming platform, So not seeing them show up at Microsoft's event and Sony's event really makes me think that that's definitely a possibility that they will be showing up in a major way there with Call of Duty. And I'm talking about a new Call of Duty, not necessarily saying it's gonna be dropping then, but like, hey, we've got this new Call of Duty and here's a teaser or something, on Stadia. It'll be coming to every other platform or whatever, of course, but we're gonna show it and share it here first, and then possibly even Warzone will show up there as well. I believe we're gonna see the other AAA games from EA. I don't know what they are. I couldn't really guess. I know I would like to see some Plants vs. Zombies on that mug. I know that. That's just me personally. But maybe even Battlefield. We may see a teaser of their second party exclusive with Splash Damage. I would hope to see that. And I think we're definitely gonna get some shadow drops, something, in addition to what we're gonna get for the pro games. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What up, Bippity? How you doing, PFG? I was just talking about you, bruh. I was just talking about you. Hold on. We good. I'll keep like that. Torres says EA is partner with Stadia, so hopefully we get some games from them. Yeah, I think we will. This is what it's supposed to be 5 games, right? And they said that Madden was going to be there, and they said that Star Wars is going to be there. So that's 3 more games we have to wait for arriving on the platform. Yeah, I mean, probably the Star Wars game. More than likely the Star Wars game. I wouldn't imagine they wouldn't want that on as many platforms as possible. What was it called? Yeah, Star Wars Squadrons. I'd imagine that'd be there. Let me see here. Try to get rid of this thing. Well, I hope I get rid of it before they charge me. Anyway, oh man, I'm gonna change that. So, yeah, so we'll see that. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see after that. I don't know. Maybe they'll make a official announcement that it's that Stadia is available to play on pretty much any Android device at this point, any tablet, phone. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a nice rollout of that. But yeah, I just imagine EA and Activision showing up in a major way, and a few other surprises as well. We'll see. Maybe, hell, you never know. Maybe Rockstar come in there. I know 2K been acting funny, but maybe they'll show up and be like, you know what? We fucking with these guys. You know what I'm saying? We fucking with. We just a little upset. Ain't do what we want to do, how we want to do, whatever the case. But we good. Here's another game or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm sorry, sir, but she left orders not to be disturbed.
You said you don't think so because they are partners with PlayStation? Yeah, I mean, you never know, but they never showed up on PlayStation. That would be the time to show up, but, they didn't. So, but we'll see. Torres says 2 more. Oh, right, they show FIFA. That's right. They show. Ooh, man, yeah. Those are yeah. That's right. I forgot that. They show FIFA, Star Wars, and Madden. Right. You're right. That's a good lineup, though. That's a good lineup. So yeah, I wonder. I don't know. What do you guys want to see from them? What do you want to see from Stadia Connect? You guys got any predictions? I want to know. I'd definitely like to know. I'm good, Bippity. How you doing, brother? I'm good, fam. I'm good. I'm excited about the state of gaming. After this, I need to get off of here soon and finish The Last of Us 1. Quick question. Should I stream The Last of Us 1 right now? I'm already at least I gotta be halfway through the game. But should I stream it for you guys, you think? Because I've just been playing it on my own because I didn't have my capture card and everything set up. But I wanted to start the game. So I was like, I don't know if I should stream the rest of it or not. What do you think? Should I stream it? Because I'm definitely streaming The Last of Us 2. But I'm going to be playing The Last of Us 1 today after this. Going in. Should I stream the rest of the game here? Let me know. Bippity says, I think Stadia may drop 20 old games that are fan favorites like GTA 5, Witcher 3. Ooh, that'd be lit. Then launch features and some new games at the Connect. I want to see Gen 2 too. Yeah, man, that'd be amazing. Ooh, that'd be so crazy. How would they do that? That'd be exciting stuff, right? Like I was just thinking about when you said that, Gen 2. You want to see Gen 2 at the Connect. You know, it's something that yeah, it is a lot, right? It is a lot. Hey, Manny. No, I didn't, Manny. I didn't forget Slime Rancher. I'm gonna get to you right on that in a second. Let me finish this thought here real quick. I said something about it in the beginning of the video, by the way. But when you said, Bibbidi, I want to see Gen 2. Think about that. Now, we had a reveal of the Xbox Series X, and it was lukewarm. I'm talking about the initial reveal, and I'm not trying to diss. I swear, I'm not trying to diss. That's my word. It was, and we had the reveal of the PS5, which was hot. You know, some people were upset. A lot of people were excited. Now, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be on no nonsense when I say this, because if you look at the reactions of the two of them. First of all, there's not nearly as many live reactions on the Xbox Series X. Why? Not. And then when you look at them, people are like, oh, what? This is a game. And it's like, oh, it's an Xbox. This is a new Xbox. Oh, is that an Xbox One X? I don't get it. What is it? Oh, it's a new Xbox. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, it was like that. It was literally like, you look at the reactions. Go look at them. I'm not making this up. Go look at them. You'll find more of them that are like that. Then you'll find, oh my God, that's just, whoa. You know, like it's just more like, oh, okay, all right. Is that a new Xbox or is that still the old one? Did they just reveal a new one or is this another iteration? You know what I mean? There was more confusion surrounding it. Also, when you look at the reveal numbers on the official Xbox and PlayStation YouTube channels, within 1 week, the PlayStation 5 reveal had more than 2.5 times the amount of views that the Xbox Series X reveal had in 6 months. Within not even 1 week, it was actually 5 days, a work week. 5 days. I got the actual, I got the little photos here that I had of. I don't know if I still got them up, but it's crazy. It's like, damn, you know? So anyway, my whole point in saying that is there's something to be said about a reveal, right? There's something to be said about the box or what people are looking forward to seeing, you know? How would Google generate excitement around something that is intangible? You know what I'm saying? 2.0, what does that mean? How do you get people excited? How do you get people to want to look at that? Go see it. You know? Do you show them the server rooms, the data centers, and pull out one of the blades? You know, because those Stadia blades look pretty dope. Like, it's all got the Stadia print on there, that beautiful, I don't know what color that is, you know, but it's damn pretty. Peach. It's kind of like a peach chrome or something like that. It's beautiful. Anyway, you know, I don't know. You just show it, boom. And this, we're going to have blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you do that? And you just slide it in and, you know, Stadia Live. You know what I mean? How do you, you know, generate interest and excitement and, you know, eyeballs wanting to see what Stadia 2.0 means, you know? Because you can definitely do, it's gonna have 4K, 60 frames, 8K, you know, all that stuff. We can do that. But, you know, the excitement, obviously, if you look at the reveals, is around the box, you know. So I'm curious as to how they'll be able to do that. If they were to do it during a Connect. They may just, you know, shadow drop it in Stadia 2.0. You read it in a blog post or something like that, but I don't know. Okay, so that said, you guys let me know what your thoughts are on that. Manny, I didn't forget about Slime Rancher, man, you know, and I apologize in the beginning of the show in regards to that. Thing is, again, the meeting took place. I had things going on up until the point of the time I was supposed to stream, and then the meeting, of course, right afterwards, which was supposed to take place at the time I told you. Afterward, my whole day had just been, pretty much taken up. So there was no real time for me to be able to even do that. So yes, I do apologize. And I don't know, Manny, are you following me on Twitter? Because I would post more on Twitter in regards to that. But I didn't know if you were following me there. So yeah, no, I didn't forget. But I'll definitely make it up to you. I definitely will. I will be playing Slime Rancher. But, like I said, I do have to complete The Last of Us 1. Now I'll ask again. Do you guys want to see me stream that game? Because again, I'm already a bit further into the game now. But after today, I should be complete with the game. I'm definitely going to be. I have to complete it. I have to complete it. Hopefully it's not too much longer. I don't even know how to check my hours invested into the game and the percentage of the game I've completed. Where do I do that? On PlayStation. But anyway, let's go back. So let's see. Oh, you told Notorious. Okay. Have I played Resident Evil 7? No, I hadn't. I've been off the Resident Evil thing for a while, my man. It's just I don't know what it is. The games look cool. They look pretty, but they're less Resident Evil-ish, I guess. So it doesn't really appeal to me. I'm expecting more like a Japanese style. These are more Western style. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give them a try. But Bippity said, that's true, 6-4. Maybe they can just say something like, we upgraded our servers for better performance. No games will run, or now games, I'm assuming you're trying to say, now games will run up to 120 frames. And I think Uplay Plus will be at the Connect as well. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like, how do you, because, okay, this is the thing. In the culture of gaming, people are still excited about hardware. Now, mind you, I have to say this. I think cloud gaming is going to crush in the next few years because it's basically I was literally playing Power Rangers on my phone like this, just straight hitting the buttons. I was playing Power Rangers with Glam, and we were going in. I was kicking up butt. She kicked my butt a couple times, but I was having a good time just playing, mashing the screen. So it's gonna start penetrating that market. Those people, those players, don't really care about hardware, right? They don't need to see hardware. They have their phone. Who cares what it's running on? It's a phone. So it's gonna do great when it comes to that wave. It's gonna kill it, But right now, we're still in a culture where the major big spenders in the market, even saying that, the phone market, they spend the most money, obviously. But the people that they're trying to get, the core audience, the people who are going to stick around and stay loyal to the games, there's a lot of money spent, but I don't think there's any real loyalty to any one thing or game or whatever, right? I don't know. I may be wrong. We're still concerned about what something looks like, you know what I'm saying? What can I see and oh man, that's amazing, yeah, how are they gonna market to them? Are they even gonna care about it, Are they gonna care to market that way? I don't know. We'll see. I know the first commercial they showed data centers and stuff like that, so maybe they'll do something like that. I don't know. $10. Wow. The Last of Us would be cool. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play it, so I don't know. I was just I could stream it, I could not. But it's up to you guys. I guess I could stream it and it wouldn't hurt, because I'm gonna be playing it. I'm definitely gonna be playing it. Now I don't know if I'll be doing any talking or anything like that, and I think my chat is still acting funny. That's why I don't have anything up right now. I know you guys are wondering why is there just a big ass face next to a little logo face next to him in the camera. I had to remove the chat box because for some reason it was tripping. Let's see if it'll show up. I don't know why I was doing that, but it was definitely tripping. Someone type something in the chat and let me know. Let me see. Let's see if that pop up. No, that's not showing up at all. Oh well. But anyway. Yeah, I had it turned off because it just kept repeating the same thing over and over, the same comment. So. Oh yeah! Oh yes, Bippity! I'm streaming The Last of Us 2 tomorrow. Heck yeah! Okay. Yeah, and that's something you know I had mentioned earlier. I had mentioned the fact. G Millie. You silly bruh. Hey love. Yeah, nothing came up, y'all. I tested with the testing 1 2 3, but yeah, I'm gonna stream it tomorrow. Oh yeah, I got the game uploaded, everything is ready to go. Matter of fact, if you guys want to add me on a PS5 or PS5, add me for the PS5 when it does launch. But for the PS4, go ahead and load this bad boy up real quick. Show you guys how to find me. Okay. All right, let's go here. So here's where you can find me. So as you can see here, I do have the PS5 ready to go. Also the Wi-Fi connection lost. Well, that sucks. Don't tell me my game ain't ready. Yeah, so these are the games I got so far. Let's go to the library. Okay, it is there, okay. Oh, that's the wrong output. Let me see. There you go. Yep. So they should be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I got The Last of Us Part 2, the was it Digital Deluxe or whatever, you know. I don't know. You know, I was like, I gotta get that, y'all. So if you can find me, you dig? Right here. That's your man's right here. And let me ask you this. Why is it telling me I've got, look, it tells me I've got no games. It tells me I've got no trophies, and that's not true. I don't understand that. And how do I find out where my gameplay, like how long I've been playing the game, how far I am in the game as far as percentage wise? Is there any way to find that out? I may have a system update. Oh, for the for OBS, that might be true, huh? Yeah, it started tripping. Oh wait, I might have a system update on the PlayStation. Is that what you're talking about? It's supposed to be in trophies. Look at that. What? 0%? Are you kidding me? That's bullshit. I can guarantee you it ain't no 0%. I've been playing the hell out of that. Oh wait, what about here? Let's see. 1%? Bullshit. Progress 1%? Ain't no way I'm 1% into that game. Well, anyway, this is what I'm gonna do. Oh, yep, on a PlayStation. Okay. Okay, cool. So check this out, you guys. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and end this stream. Go ahead and get refreshed and everything. Cool my room down because it is hot as hell outside right now. So I'm gonna have to cool it down in here. And that light, I got new lights and stuff. I don't know if you could tell, but I think that may be doing. So well, it's just the LED lights. They shouldn't be bringing too much heat, but I'm a little warm. So get something to drink. You know, get myself together. I'm gonna set up a stream for The Last of Us Remastered. We'll play that. That's not my trophy okay, so I see the one. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so that's my trophy progress. But where the hell is my game progress? I want to know where my game progress is. Look, this is what I'm gonna do. In this stream, like I said, y'all, this was a lot of fun. The chat was good. You know, as far as just getting off my thoughts and everything. But I'm gonna get back on in about 20 minutes. You know, I'll set it all up. Thing is, once we get back on, we're going to discuss all this other stuff because I still want to know about the interface of PlayStation and everything. And I know a lot of you guys out here already know about it. So hook your boy up. Let me know what I need to do to get this thing popping. So it did show the one trophy there. Okay, so it's got the one little bronze trophy. But then I go to my profile. And then it says, wait, where is it? Has a okay, so now it's showing the one. Okay, is it showing my games now? It's still showing I got no games. I'm upset. I'm upset. Shit. All right, so that's it, y'all. Man64, appreciate it. So I'm gonna be streaming this very soon. Put my PSN name in the chat. You see my PSN name right there, fam. You see my PSN name right there. Get the PSN name, hook it up, shoot me an invite, and we go from there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it for now. I'm gonna get up out of here so I can get this thing started because I do have to play the rest of this damn game. I've got to get this game done today. So that would be what about. Can I complete The Last of Us 1 tonight before tomorrow's stream? I might even go straight into The Last of Us 2. You dig? So we'll see. We shall see. All right, y'all. Let's see, yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next one. It doesn't work. That's it right there, bro. That's it right there. Yeah, that's it. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one, all right? Peace. Thanks for watching.